Donald Trump is now threatening that blue states will be wiped off the map during his presidency in what are arguably the most belligerent comments thus far. Let's break down what Trump actually said and why it's not just unlikely that this would happen, but it is practically impossible.
With the help of everyone here tonight, the golden age of America has officially begun. And the golden age of just this whole thing, the red states, it's going to be leading the way to making our country richer and safer and stronger than ever before. The red states are going to do good. And the blue states, I don't know, maybe they'll totally disappear off that map.
Totally disappear off that map. Now, let's kind of address the obvious first. If you're living in a blue state, first of all, congratulations. Blue states aren't going anywhere. Okay, California, New York, Illinois, Massachusetts, these states are not just political entities. These are economic powerhouses, as we've talked about before. And the kicker is that the red states depend on the blue states. The red states would go bankrupt if it weren't for the subsidies that come from the blue states. The blue states contribute way more in federal taxes than they get in spending. And you look at many of these red states, which the people I'm sure are great, right? This is not attacking people. Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky, they receive much more in federal dollars than they pay in. In other words, the blue states bankroll the red states. So if blue states disappear, as Trump suggests, the red states are going to disappear right along with them. Just look at California, one of the favorite targets of the MAGA right. California alone contributes over $400 billion in federal taxes annually. That's not money that just goes to California. It gets redistributed across the country. Imagine if California disappeared. Where would the money come from? The answer is it wouldn't. The red states would have budget shortfalls. Their economies would crater, and only someone who is completely economically illiterate could suggest such a thing. The blue states are responsible for a disproportionate share of the country's GDP. The blue states are hubs for technology and finance and manufacturing and innovation. And if they disappear, the American economy collapses. Red states don't have the infrastructure and they don't have the resources to fill that void. Not only an absurd idea, but it also ignores the fundamental economic realities of the United States. This rhetoric about blue states disappearing, I don't know, maybe it plays well to the base, but it is completely disconnected from the facts of the situation. Now, of course, red states contribute to the American economy. Nobody is denying that. But the reason that the red states are more fragile is that red states are far more likely to depend on a single industry than the more dynamic economies of the blue states. In general, the educational powerhouses are the blue states. The standard of living and therefore the purchasing states that keep our businesses afloat through demand side stimulus are the blue states. It takes a combination of different types of states, there's no doubt about it. But we aren't the ones suggesting secession. We aren't the ones suggesting that the red states are going to be wiped from the map. They are the ones suggesting it. And so it's as economically illiterate as it is ridiculous to suggest. And maybe it's because Trump doesn't have any idea what's going on. That seems to be the case. Let's take a break. We will speak to Senator Adam Schiff after this short break.
Many of us have struggled with sleep at one point or another. A sleep aid many turn to is melatonin because it's a non-pharmaceutical remedy clinically proven to work without the side effects you might get with antihistamines or prescription meds. My favorite way to take melatonin is with the Dream Hot Cocoa Powder from our sponsor, Beam. It works. When you mix Dream Powder into hot water or milk for a delicious mug of cocoa, half an hour later, blissfully sleeping. No sugar added, it's naturally sweetened, and it comes in delicious flavors. My favorite is cinnamon cocoa, but vanilla chai is great too. You can get better sleep with melatonin, proven to help you fall asleep and stay asleep longer. Feeling rested makes the next day so much better. Keep Dream Powder nearby to soothe you to sleep when you need it. Get 40% off for a limited time when you go to shopbeam.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman. The link is in the description.